Yup.
Tony.
I like to yell it. Morning.
Morning.
Guns and Stuff, whatever, episode 6, take 2.
Take 2.
Because we had technical difficulties the first time. Audio crapped out. But we're all set now. We got a backup. We got everything ready to go. We got slight improvements every time, you know?
Every
Each time
We're
slightly
getting
better.
more stuff in here as we go.
It's getting a little crowded.
So,
We did do a little behind the scenes snippet on the social media, so go check that out on White Hat social media if you haven't seen that yet. If you want to
Facebook and
see it.
Instagram.
If you're interested. Maybe we'll splice a picture like of something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, welcome.
Cool.
Episode 6,
We're here.
number 2.
We did it.
Segment 1 is
Guns.
guns. All right, so today we're going to look at frangible ammo today.
Yes.
Frangible ammo, interesting stuff. Has specific purpose as most ammos do. Ammos have particular intended uses, but when I talked about frangible ammo, I didn't really know what it was until I found a good deal on some 9mm ammo one time. And it was like super cheap, so I bought like a case of it. And the bullets looked weird. They're like purple almost. It almost looked like a crayon.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of strange.
Yeah.
And
They
then
don't have that standard jacket around.
Nope. And then I realized what it was. It was frangible ammo, but it was the target ammo, not the defense ammo. So this ammo that I bought was specifically designed for close quarter steel target shooting, and it just vaporizes into nothing. It just turns into dust, which I thought it's interesting, but I haven't really used it much. But when I brought up frangible ammo to you, that's not what you were talking about.
Now, I had a little bit of a different idea of frangible ammo, as in the self-defense frangible ammo, which doesn't turn into dust. It does break into several pieces, but maybe, you'll have like your one large copper base piece and then 5 or 6 broken ends off of the front, where it kind of looks like a hollow point, but it's been scored so that whenever it opens, it shatters a little bit. Which those are still going to be big enough pieces that I wouldn't want to, if I went to the range and shot a steel target, I wouldn't want to shoot point blank range. But the ammunition that you got, that's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
You can shoot it and it just vaporizes into powder. That's what it is. It's compressed copper powder.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one is just wrapped in a jacket.
And there's no such thing as ricochet with those. It just turns into dust.
Yeah.
But the other ones, and so when I mentioned frangible to you, and it makes sense to me now, but it just breaks into pieces like the rip ammo, which is a good example of that, where it separates from the core. It's just copper, but it's designed to splinter into little shards once it reaches your internals.
Yeah.
So frangible ammo is very interesting. If you do a lot of steel match shooting, it's probably something you already know about. And if not, you should definitely look into it.
Yeah.
But frangible ammo for self-defense rounds, I don't know.
For sure not the training ammo.
Not the training ammo,
I mean,
for
I
sure.
don't want to get shot by anything.
True.
But you're not going to have hardly any penetration compared to, your standard, Hornady critical defense or some of the other defensive ammos. Like, what are you looking like? I know where you're going with that.
I have a joke in my mind. I'm going to keep it to myself.
But yeah, it's like it loses all of its energy on the surface when that compressed powder dissipates. There's not any larger shards that are going to be inflicting another minor wound channel somewhere else.
Sorry, man. I'm feeling.
I can just see it on your face. I'm
just
talking, and you're
very juvenile this morning. I'm feeling very juvenile this morning. My brain is barfing.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's cool stuff. I wouldn't want to get shot with any of that either. I wouldn't want to get shot with anything. I'm going to ask a question. Leave it in the comments if you see this. And this would be an interesting poll question, I think, as well. Would you rather be cut or shot?
That's a
cut or shot. I'm thinking I'd rather be shot.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
But I'd be curious to see what people think.
I have I've seen the debate come up several times. Oh, well, they only had a knife. Or they only had a knife. Dude, I'm terrified of somebody coming at me with a knife.
For real, dude.
I'd rather, if somebody pulls a gun and I draw my gun, I'm going to give them the opportunity to put it down. If somebody's coming at me with a knife, man,
I'm gonna run.
I'm going to be concerned. I always see those after pictures of like police encounters with knives and stuff like that. And they're just shredded like
So-
filleted fish,
and-
man.
and
And
look-
I don't want to have any part of that.
If someone's coming at you with a gun, I mean, especially if they're close to you, we're getting off topic a little bit, but if they're close to you, man, I could grab that muzzle. This is not a real gun, but I could grab that muzzle and maybe control it enough while we're struggling that it doesn't shoot me. And if they
I'm not going to grab a knife blade.
I'm not grabbing a knife blade, dude. Oh my golly. Anyway,
We'll put that on Facebook and Instagram today. We'll do a poll for
Yeah.
that. Let us know what you think.
cut or shot.
As ridiculous as that question is, we do want to know.
Yeah, which
Because
would you
this is the
prefer?
stuff that we think about during the day.
And the winner gets their choice. They either get to get cut or shot.
yeah, yeah. We'll see how far you stand behind what you say.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want to know more, the blog post is up on our website.
Okay. We'll
We also
in
had
the-
it on
in the
Facebook as well.
descriptions too. All right, very cool. That does it for guns. Let's jump right into stuffs.
Stuffs.
Stuffs. All right, stuffs this week. It is the end of October,
It is.
and we all know what that means. Halloween time, candy eating time. Do you go trick or treating?
Do I?
Yeah.
I think there's certain laws in place that keep me from trick or treating.
You don't? You don't go?
No, I
Even though
don't.
you're an adult?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
If I had, a kid to take, my kid's not old enough. To
right,
take.
right. My kids are old enough. They've
I
been
mean, I
old enough
could
for several
You
years.
know what? I could take my baby trick or treating
Man,
and then
you
just pocket all the candy.
Dude, people do that.
They're
man.
gonna say, "Do you need a full size Snickers for a 4-month-old baby?" And
Yeah.
I'll say, "Yes, I do."
People absolutely do that. I can't tell you how many times people walk to my door holding the baby wearing a bunny suit, and the mom's just like, trick or treat. I'm like, it's a baby. The baby can't eat this.
Yeah,
Liar.
I'm gonna go hang out with my wife's brother. Went trick or treating in a neighborhood last year. Dude, they were giving away hot dogs.
No.
They were giving away full size candy bars,
No.
Cokes.
That's
I was
nice.
like, dude,
This is yeah.
Yeah.
You go to nice neighborhoods.
yeah.
You can always tell.
I'm not going to
because-
the one that gives me an apple.
Yeah, man. Stupid apples. Stupid fruits.
Yeah. If you're
It's
going
candy
to,
time.
if you're going to give out stuff for Halloween this year, don't give out fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, it's the one
Although-
night a year where you get to kind of cut loose a little bit.
I do like those little mini oranges. You know, that you could that peel real easy and they're real small and
The
sweet.
cuties.
Cuties. I
Okay.
love those. Those
Yeah,
are my
don't do
favorite.
those either.
If someone gave me those, I'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
But an apple, no.
Sure.
I'd be mad about an apple. I don't
Yeah.
like apples.
No, you can't put a razor blade in a cutie.
No, you can't. All right, so Halloween safety, some things to be concerned about. The general rule is there's a lot of people out in the street, a lot of people doing crazy things over Halloween. People get wearing masks, running around, you know, teenagers doing stupid stuff. Don't be trigger happy, okay? If someone throws an egg at you or something, don't start firing at them. But you have to be a little extra aware. I think it's reasonable to be slightly extra aware anytime you're out in public, but especially if it's night, there's a lot of people around, there's people, you know, wearing masks. Just something to be aware of.
Yeah.
I think the statistic was like 17% increase in personal injury crimes over Halloween. So I don't know, things to think about.
So obviously we're reshooting this episode
Yeah,
because the first episode the audio wasn't any good.
right.
In between us shooting the first and the second episode, there was a Halloween party at an off campus location at A&M with, of course, it always is the same situation. A building rated for 500 occupancy had about 750 people in it. But a guy came in the back dressed in a Halloween costume with a mask on, started shooting people.
Golly.
2 people died. He took off. And it took them, they initially had absolutely nothing to go on. So, for sure, the, Halloween safety, that just reiterates what we kind of already had an idea of doing. Somebody's already gone out and done something stupid.
Yeah, man. And, stupid people do stupid things whenever they get an opportunity. So be extra careful out there when you're trick-or-treating this year. Always be ready. That's a good general motto. But keep your head on a swivel, all right? But have fun, and don't be too worried about it. But eyes open, right? Also, a little side note for White Hat deputy program up and running. There'll be links to that as well in the description of this video. So the White Hat Holsters deputy program. Tell us a little bit about that. What is that about?
So basically, it's like a program for anybody to use that if you like our product, you want to endorse our product, then you can, kind of spread the word. And if somebody uses like their coupon code or something, or
Yeah.
uses their link, or
Both.
An affiliate program basically that you can go out and recommend our product. People come through and they purchase it, then you get a little kickback off of that as well.
Absolutely. A little our way of saying thank you for helping spread the word, because I know a lot of the White Hat customers literally ask for this.
They want to do more.
We want to help you spread the word, and I'd be happy to do that. And do you guys have an affiliate program?
Yeah.
A lot of people do these days. So we set that up. It's our deputy program at White Hat Holsters. Go get deputized and help spread the word. Also works really well if you're a CHL instructor,
Absolutely.
LTC instructor, or any sort of defensive pistol instructor that you use our products, or even if you want one to test, let us know, and we can set up coupon codes for your class where your students will get a slight discount. You'll get a slight incentive payment for that as well, and it's kind of a win-win for everybody. If they still have warranty issue, they still have any kind of issue with it, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, all that's still going to run through us. It's not like you're now having to deal with customer issues. It's just easy shareable links for your social media, or even coupon codes that are specific to you that you can share with friends and family, and encourage them to get a good holster that they will thank you for. They will thank you for it later. So go check that out as well. Deputy program up and running right now through White Hat Holsters. And also for White Hat Holsters, ready to make Hellcat holsters.
That's right.
Hellcats now live in the gun model description. If you got a Hellcat, go check that out. If you want a good holster that actually matters. I was at a shooting.
No. You want the best holster.
I'm sorry. Did I say good?
Yeah.
Let me correct that. If you want the best holster you can get for concealed carry, go check that out right now, whitehatholsters.com. I was at a shooting event last weekend. We did a media event and for White Hat, and there was a guy out there brand new to concealed carry. He had just got his license, and he comes over to the table, and I'm explaining to him why our holsters are good and how they're beneficial versus some other things, and he's like, man, I definitely am going to check that out and get one. I'm like, I almost feel like you shouldn't be able to. If you're going to be concealed carry, you have to go through the same trial and tribulations everybody else does. It's why do you get to get the best holster right off the bat? It's not fair, but you should do that. But you know what I mean? Like you go through 4 or 5 holsters, and eventually you find White Hat holster, you're like, this is the best holster ever.
Listen, we're saving you money by recommending you get this one first.
That's true.
Because before I found a White Hat holster, holsters are not cheap.
No.
Right? I mean, you go through and
Nor should they be.
And you try this one and you check this one out, and this one doesn't work, or maybe this one's not built the way that you thought it was going to be, or this one was kind of from a crappy company, and then you get one that's actually worth it, and you're like, well, I could have saved $300 if I had just started off with the right one in the first place.
Everybody's got that drawer full of holsters.
Yeah.
All holsters have their function and purpose. And they're all useful for different reasons, and no one holster is right for everybody. But for daily concealed carry, it doesn't get any better than White Hat holsters. And I feel like it's a little unfair because the guy's spoiled right off the bat. He doesn't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, yeah, this is great. He's just going to expect all holsters are like that.
Yeah.
Till he gets another and you're like, whoa, this thing sucks, And then he's going to realize he started off on the right foot.
That's where we get our repeat business from.
That's true. So check that out. If you got a Hellcat, give it a try. 30-day free trial, money back guarantee. If you don't like it for whatever reason, send it back and we'll either fix it or return it for you. Lifetime warranty on all our products as well.
That's right.
So go and check that out on whitehatholster.com. All right, now let's get into whatevers. This whatever segment's exciting. I'm excited to talk about this whatever segment. Let's jump into it. All right, so whatever's this week, we're going to talk a little bit about. It's been in the news. It's been in the news off and on, for a long time. But we've seen more and more of it lately, particularly with Steven Crowder calling out YouTube on throttling down videos. Specifically, what he did was he searched Steven Crowder Changed My Mind, which is a very popular segment that they do on their YouTube channel. He searched Steven Crowder Changed My Mind. None of their videos popped up.
Yeah.
From their actual channel. The only thing that showed up were clips and stuff from other people's channels. Nothing from their channel showed up in the results. When they used a VPN as if they were outside of the United States, all their stuff showed up. So they were throttling results specifically for his channel, specifically for people searching for his stuff in the United States. And I believe he filed a lawsuit against them as a result of that. or they were looking into it at least last time I saw that.
They
on
were
the
looking
show.
into. They had already met with Vox on a couple of different occasions, because YouTube and a lot of the social media platforms, especially that are demonetizing people or shadow banning people or something like that, they're starting to say, well, you're violating the community terms of service in this photo or this video from 6 years ago.
So they demonetize the whole channel.
Yeah. So now they're digging as far back as they possibly can to do these things, and now we're at a point where Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tulsi Gabbard.
She had a.
It was after the Democratic debate.
It was after the Democratic debate. Google and YouTube shut down all of her ads for a period of like 3 hours until it wasn't
Right when they were scheduled to run.
the most important time that she had.
Yeah.
A window of opportunity where she's fresh on the mind, and nobody could find any of her stuff. So now she's filed a lawsuit and is going to be taking them to court over that. Because after, everybody kind of had an idea whenever Steven Crowder was doing his thing. Well, now after this whole Tulsi Gabbard thing, we have undeniable proof that it's not a bot. It's not some scanning for, community guideline, something like that. They are manually turning people on and off when it suits them. Because once Hillary made her statements about her being, groomed by the Russians, they turned all her search results back on because they know, people are going to want to read the bad stuff about her because they absolutely cannot stand her as a Democratic, even being associated with a Democratic name because of her stance and some of her beliefs and things like that.
She's too middle.
Yeah, they can't. So YouTube and Google have been basically editing. If you don't watch the news and you rely on YouTube and Google,
A lot of people do, man.
which a lot of people do. Then,
Keep going on.
all right. Then in that case, what they're doing is they're editing your main source of news to whatever they want you to see or believe, which is like ridiculous. Now, do they have a right to do that? Well, they're a privately owned business, so yes. But should they be doing it? Well,
That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's what brought up this whole debate. So the way I feel about it is, there are privately owned businesses, and it does not behoove me to tell any private-run company what they should or should not do. The difficulty is, like you alluded to before, a lot of people rely on this almost like a news agency. So at what point do these social media companies have a responsibility to at least fairly allow all points of view to be expressed? So what do you censor? What do you censor and what don't you censor, and who makes that decision?
That is a very good question.
If they're privately owned companies and they have their own political beliefs and agendas, it's totally their right to censor whatever they want.
Yeah.
They could just come out and flat say, we're not going to allow any conservative opinions at all to appear on our platform.
Yeah.
Because we as a company don't subscribe to those opinions. And what can you do?
Nothing.
Is it illegal? I don't think it
There you
is. Is it suppression of your First Amendment right? I don't know.
Well, that's when it gets a little difficult because the statistics said that 97% of people in the United States use Google. At what point, as a search engine, do you decide I'm not going to show that person specifically what they're looking for when I'm in the business of showing people specifically what they're looking for? Just because of their maybe political belief, or they're looking up somebody, whether or not they agree with that person, they're looking up somebody I, as Google, don't like. That's insane.
It is insane. And what can you... I guess the only reason that would force a company like that to back down from that sort of stance would be that they would take a financial hit from it. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're making billions of dollars a quarter in profit. They're not going to take a financial hit from censoring, conservative opinions. So I don't know. It's a slippery slope. At some point, I feel like they do have a duty to show it. I feel oppressed. I feel like you're suppressing my First Amendment right to not allow me to voice my opinion on this social platform that everybody else is using.
Yeah.
You're singling me out because of my political beliefs. I don't feel like that's right, but it is a private platform. It is free to use. It's not costing me anything. I can't. They're not charging me. I don't have to use it, but kind of do these days. I mean, you kind of do.
Yeah. What else are you going to use?
Days. There's not
that
a lot
anybody's
of other
heard
options.
of.
Yeah, nothing, man. Nothing. What, are you going to start a whole new conservative social media network?
Depending on how this goes,
maybe
somebody might step up and say, "Listen, we'll be just like YouTube, but we're not going to push anything one way or the other politically. We're going to let you give your unbiased opinions."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all of them do it. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They all do that. Mm-hmm. They all throttle content based on their political beliefs, and it's clearly evident. But we'll see what happens with these court cases. It'll be really
starting to get their eyes open because now it's Democrats.
Yes.
And it's awful to say. If you want them to care, do it to them. Mm-hmm. And now they're going, wait.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Oh wait, you've been doing it to everybody else this whole time. Now it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's the way that I think that's the way that all of this is gonna go. We can all gripe and complain and do whatever. They're gonna keep doing what they're doing, but you start putting those rules into effect. I remember the president of Vox was having a conversation. Somebody said, "Well, you need to edit their channel and do this because of that because it violates community guidelines." Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Do you really want us to go through and edit people's stuff based on if they violated community guidelines? Because we're going to come after you next."
Yeah, because yours violated too,
yeah,
buddy.
Exactly. You're doing it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The court cases are what's going to be most interesting to see how the courts line up on these issues because...
I mean, it's no doubt they got caught red-handed, Mm-hmm. And they could have avoided this entire process if they had just left alone and done what they were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You want to search for this person. You want these people to run ads. They're paying you to run ads.
Yeah.
And now you're going, well, we're going to take your money for the ad, but we're just not going to show them.
It's pretty outrageous, man.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Interesting things. Let us know what you think about all that. Give us some comments on what you think about the legalities of this. And if anyone out there is about to start a social media conservative network, please let us know. We'd be happy to jump on the beta of that.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. All right. Good show today, man. I hate that we had to redo it a second time, but,
hey,
it's all happens. Good. At least we knew what we were going to talk about.
That's right. Yeah, we had it down.
Well, thank y'all for watching. Be safe at Halloween. Careful what you're doing out there. God bless you.
Always be ready.
Always be ready.
Bye.
Peace out.